You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Shahs of Sunset After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Shahs of Sunset After Show.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV. We are bringing you another amazing episode of Shahs of Sunset. It is season 3, episode
I want to say
12. It is in.
What is it?
It is
11.
Episode number 11.
Wow.
In Love, There Must Be Torture, a little S&M with Rihanna. My name is Lyndsey Wegner. I am your host, and I am joined by amazing co-hosts.
Yes. Cortez West.
And I am English Cleveland.
Hey guys, I missed y'all last week. Sorry I wasn't here, but I wrote notes on last week's episode on YouTube. So if you didn't see it, go back, check it out, see my opinion. It's really not that important, but in case you want to know, it's there for you all.
We missed you.
But I missed you guys too, and I'm glad to be back. So let's jump into this episode right away and talk about Mike.
Okay.
And Mike shopping.
Mike shopping. I maybe he's trying to now compete with Reza.
That is exactly what I said.
It's like everything he does now is about a competition.
I think because Reza made fun of his old Gucci shoes
Yes.
at the Diamond Water
That was
launch,
hilarious.
that he's like, you know what? I am stepping out. He brought his mom, his girlfriend. He's like, you guys need to help. I love the store. I like the idea of it. Like maybe just the coat, but not the pants. Like too matchy-matchy. Like you
Yeah.
can't go all the way Reza.
Yeah.
But I appreciate, I mean, it's fashion. I love it. But maybe just one piece at a time. Not
Yeah.
go all Reza.
I think he needs to find his own
Style.
you know, and not just worry about just trying to have a different jacket because Reza can pull it off.
Right.
You know, I mean, just find your own style. And to me, I think his style is more debonair. It's more simple, conservative,
Absolutely.
tailored jackets and a whole suit. You know,
Right.
leave
But
it at
with a
that.
little bit of edginess, like
A
he
little bit,
said.
yeah.
His mom is very conservative, and Jessica is very edgy,
Edgy,
and stylish.
Yeah.
So you can pull both. You can
Right.
totally be conservative and
Of
still
course.
do, a lime green pocket square,
Right.
And like have something cool to set it off. I think that's totally possible. I think I think the competition is fun between it. It's not a malicious thing. Like it could have been construed maybe a couple episodes ago when they weren't getting along.
Right.
So good to see though that Jessica and his mom are getting along and that things are
Yes.
going well there. So always happy to see that. And that takes us to we're just going to kind of jump in with these topics all together as one. So we're going to jump to Asa's party with Mike's apology to MJ. What did you guys think of that?
What did you think?
I think he knows that he was wrong. And I appreciate him for doing that because last week, and you guys know, I was not Team Mike. I really congratulate him this time for doing that and stepping up because it takes a big person and he's doing it. I mean, he whispered it in her ear, but he didn't want any more bad blood to go. And it's different. I know MJ didn't receive it well, but it's different when someone calls you and they actually see you face to face and they apologize to your face. So I appreciate and I applaud Mike. Good job. You're on the right track for doing that.
You're almost there, buddy.
I think, though, that MJ was almost instigating a little bit when she was like, you didn't call me this day, this day, this day, and this day. And I was like, he's apologizing to you right now.
Right.
Just say, thank you. I appreciate your
Yes.
apology. Yes, what you did was wrong, but I appreciate your apology now, instead of turning it into something bigger than it
Right.
really,
It's
really
always
Right.
about MJ.
But it was a horrible comment to make, and completely unacceptable for
Like, completely.
We talked about that last week, but I was a little more
the tone. I agree, though.
Okay,
Tone.
okay.
It's about tone, and
it's not what you say. It's what I said. It's not what you say. It's
how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I agree with that too, because I think a real friend. You're right. You can say that too.
Yeah.
But he said it too. We didn't see it in the car. We saw him saying it to her at Starbucks or whatever.
Starbucks, yeah. At the
So
place
it
where he
wasn't
first-
like
she
it
first got
wasn't
it,
in front of the whole group either. But still, not a good comment to make.
Right.
Glad that we cleared the air
Especially
there.
to someone who's not confident as much as she is. I mean, like, because even Michelle said it last week. It's like, well, you can't say that to anyone when you know for a fact, that she's insecure about her weight.
Right,
Because you
right.
remember her trying on a different outfit. She was like, oh, I look fat. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Agreed.
So.
Agreed. And we also saw Mike. We saw, Jessica was there at the party, and MJ was kind of throwing a little something at her, being like, you need to get her a
Little?
drink. She's thirsty.
Little?
She's thirsty.
was-
Get her a drink. Well, and then we saw, the bull come out in both of them.
Yes.
And whose side are you on there?
I will be on Jessica's side, but I also feel what Mike said. He he said that she has the step over approval from his mother, so she feels like she is on cloud nine, like she's not taking anything from anyone, and I don't blame her, especially with the type of friends that Mike has.
Right. It's so up and down. I think that Jessica still had that old news of what happened at Del Mar between MJ. So she came in already like shade towards MJ. Like she wasn't really like warm like how she usually is with all of his friends. And I feel like what she was saying didn't make sense to their stories didn't line up. Like
That's
she's
true.
arguing with her about, well, he has friends and he's about to get married and he doesn't live on his own island. And MJ's like, that's not even what I'm talking about. Like their stories were like completely unaligned.
But what was MJ talking about? What was her?
MJ was trying to say that like he's got his own thing that he's doing. What did she say? He was on. Who said he was on the island? Was it Jessica?
Jessica.
Jessica said he's not on his own island.
Yeah,
No.
because MJ felt like he should have called her or whatever, or he was going on and on about it. And she was like, well, he has his own situation going on, like he doesn't have time just to call up you guys. And she's like, well, if we're really friends, then he should be able to call me up or whatever. And Jessica's like defending him, like, well, he has his own thing going on and we're about to get married. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Now I see. Now it's basically what she's saying is that he has his own life now,
Right.
And I heard her say something along the nature of growing up.
He's
wrong
growing
choice,
up.
right, exactly. Wrong choice of words, but I think she's saying that he has a life outside of their friendship, and he is changing for the better,
Right.
Because he's getting married, he has a wife now, he has to worry about home,
Right.
So she's basically saying that you should not. I'm not saying you should not hang with your friends, but
His priorities are changing and shifting.
right? Because he's more so on a family, and they're still trying to hang out, have
And party.
Yeah,
But what
and
does
party.
that have to do with him calling to apologize to MJ
Because
about
she
the
was saying
buttery
that he has
croissant?
other things to worry about than to call.
Than calling her. I mean, he's apologizing
Yes,
to her.
right now.
Did he need to apologize the day after? He probably should have.
Yeah.
But it probably wasn't at his list of priorities because she was being rude to Gigi and all this
Right.
other stuff too.
Right.
My issue with the situation was what he said to Jessica. And he
Yes.
goes, what did he say? You need to slow
You
your
need to
roll?
slow your
Yeah.
And
meant it.
Okay, this has happened to me before. And
How does she handle
this
that
is a
now?
little news and gossip
Yeah,
for me.
here we go.
Me and my boyfriend or ex or whatever, what day of the week it is. I'm joking. But we were on a trip in New Orleans and some girl stepped on my shoe or something. We were in a concert waiting for hours. So I'm already irritated. Erykah Badu hasn't came on. We've been here waiting
usual.
forever. We love you, Erykah, but
I know,
you do
right?
take a long time.
Lauren here too.
So we're sitting there and some girl steps on my shoe and I'm already annoyed. So I'm not wanting to fight her, but we exchange words. And I'm like, don't kill my vibe, blah, 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 right? And then my boyfriend, ex, whatever day it is, he was like, you need to calm down. Mind you, I feel like, okay, I wasn't getting violent. if there's something that I did that you did not like, you need to tell me after. You never show anybody else that you are not on my team because we are in a unit. We will fight now, and then we will scream at each, like, we'll fight later, and I'm on your team right now. So I felt like he chose a side completely. Like, he was like silenced her. I'm like, you don't ever do that. Like, this is your woman. Just like how she just defended you with MJ, where now you're like not doing the same thing for her. So I just thought it was crazy, and it was like flashback.
Boom. That's how Reza felt with Mike.
With Mike about Sasha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Mike came to Sasha's defense, but now Mike didn't come to Jessica's defense.
Right.
And I agree that all he had to do was just say, hey, you guys, knock it off.
Right.
And grab Jessica's hand and show her that he loves her. And then you pull her aside later and say, hey,
that was inappropriate.
please don't talk to my friends like that. They are my friends too. I'm on your side, but don't do that. I get that you were trying to defend me, but to shut her down in front of all of his friends, that's not
cool.
okay.
It's
Right,
not
yeah.
cool whatsoever. And you would have got to talk for me when you got home. Somebody, if my girl would have did that to me, no, not when we got home. I would have been like, come here, let me talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, like diffuse the situation. Instead, I felt like that could have started more drama. And that's how it was with me and my ex or whatever. I was just like, now I'm mad at you, so now I'm fighting two people. Who wants it? Who wants it? You know, so it just felt like he should have took a different approach.
I
and
agree.
she was standing by herself. Everyone is on this side. She's on this side.
And he had walked away right before that and came back and was like,
oh,
he
she
thought
did say
about
something
it.
smart. She was like, no, actually, I'm like 20 years younger than you are.
Yeah.
But he said, he's like, oh.
Well, how old is Jessica? Do we know that?
No, because
she in her 20s
MJ was
or-
just like, well, you know, you're actually
10 years younger.
10 years younger.
So MJ's like what, like 40?
I think 40 something, and I think she's early 40s. But Jessica's probably their late 20s or early 30s. So she may be 10 years. I'm sure she was just trying to like
dig
that knife and just let him be like, no, actually I'm 20 years younger than you.
Yeah.
As usual. I mean, you have to when someone is at you like that.
Right. Yeah.
And she was
something.
defending Mike.
Yeah, she was defending him.
Mike, get it together.
Mike, don't do that to your girl.
Come on, man. You
And
lost
I
some
agree
points.
that they're, even MJ said, I don't like the friends that Mike is hanging out with now. I don't think that they're good for him. And I can agree with MJ on that. I don't think that these new guys with all the money that he's getting excited about, the ballers, are really the type of guys that he should be spending his time with, especially if he's planning on settling down with Jessica. Then you keep Reza, MJ, and all of them around because these are your close friends you've been friends with for years. Those are the people that you want to be surrounded with 20 years down the road, not the ballers.
So does MJ like Jessica? I was shocked.
They used to be cool.
Right, that's why I was like, where is this coming from?
I think she's just upset because MJ and Mike got into it the week before at the racetrack.
Jessica's upset.
I mean, yeah, Jessica. So I feel like he probably went back and told his girlfriend issue, and she has, you know, of course, quite naturally, she's going to feel a certain way and be on her boyfriend's side, who was not on her side.
Yeah, of course.
Hello.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about Asa's art show and her prep for that and getting excited. And what did she say? There was 3 things that it was Rumi, Nitschke,
And Easy
E.
And Izzy E.
Sorry if I said that wrong. But first, her heart developed. Then it was the mind and the body, and this was her journey, which I thought was really a great idea. And I thought the setup of it was beautiful.
And the thing is,
It was different.
It was different and special for her. It's her, you know, it's her life and the way that she wants to portray it. No one else can knock that. That's the way, however, you know, you want to put your life portrait or however you want to do it, that's on you. And it was beautiful for her. And I know it's hard to understand because maybe we might not understand it, but support her.
I mean, she's creative, and I love creative people.
Yeah.
And she was saying that her work is about postmodern experiences. And she was like, it starts with love and it ends with love. I love that. I mean, she's so positive, and I just love that about her. And I like her style, even from the fact that if you saw it, you know, she was displaying what was it called? I guess you can call it a screenplay. No, the screenplay.
The video footage.
clip. Yeah, and she was just standing there in front of it in her own mode, was not paying attention to no one in the audience. And it's amazing how everyone was like, I didn't understand it, but it was good.
Right.
But they don't
That's
need to understand
creativity.
it.
They don't need
Exactly.
to because exactly.
And everyone interprets
But
it
that's art.
differently.
And
It's like
exactly.
when you go and look at a portrait or a painting or something, the way you interpret it is going to be different than the way that you interpret it, or that I
Right.
interpret it, or that any of our viewers would interpret it. Just because everybody takes it in their own way and sees different colors and has different feelings and emotions and past experiences that bring you to that.
Just because it's
Right.
different, and a lot of people are not quick to adapt to something that's different.
Right, and I admire that she like really likes to tap into her history, her ancestors, because
that
a lot.
about it.
I mean, nowadays, like you hear about people doing family tree, like your parents, but our generation, you don't ever hear about people doing family trees anymore. Like now, you find your family on Instagram and Facebook. Like
Facebook,
you're like,
right.
are you my cousin or can we date? You know, so it like it's. I like that she still like loves her
Yes,
culture,
yes.
loves her religion, loves her family enough to want to bring them here and show other people like this is who I am. I wouldn't be who I am today without these people.
She actually makes me more interested into her culture and her family. She does. But do people really still have family reunions?
Yeah, I'm having one in July.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's we do that in the Midwest a lot, and it's usually during the
okay.
summer, and it's a big
Yeah.
picnic
Yeah.
potluck type
I
thing.
didn't know people really still did that, but okay.
But I usually don't. I can't usually attend them because I'm out here. But I know my mom's family is huge, and her mother had 11 brothers and sisters. So in our town, like it was, are you my cousin or are
Yeah.
you not my cousin? Because she had like 100 cousins.
Right.
Yes.
So there were so many kids and so many children and stuff. Everybody in the town knew each other. I mean, when I was student teaching in high school, 2 of the kids in the class were kids that were related to my family.
Wow.
Just randomly, like I was like, oh my god, that's kind of cool and kind of strange all at the same time.
That's it. That is cool. Yeah, I mean, like, this year will be our first time. Well, usually, like, my family has done a big family reunion, but we weren't able to come because they're all in, like, the South, like, Texas, Louisiana. So now, like, we're like, okay, this year we're for sure going, and I'm helping planning, so we're going to be there in
baby.
July.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
like,
baby.
it's going to be in Texas, but I'm excited. It'll be nice to see people that look like me. You know, like it'll be just fun.
Well, I hope her family reunion in Turkey is going to be amazing. It seems like it's going to be.
Yeah,
amazing.
it looks really good.
Yeah.
It looks good so far.
You know what I was just thinking about though?
What?
I don't mean to jump off subject, but you know, like Lily was not at the art show. There was no
So-
step and repeat.
No.
There you go.
There was no step and repeat.
There
you
wasn't
go.
any, and there could have easily been one.
It could have.
There could have been one, and there wasn't one. No Lily.
That's
yeah, no
shocking
Lily
to me.
there. And we see, obviously, later in the episode, there's no Lily either. But let's talk a little bit about Lily and her wigs. Because I was obviously, we all know that I love Lily
me too.
for just her just being crazy
love her
and
too,
stuff.
yeah.
She's Kardashian
But
to me.
seeing her in her wigs, I wrote down, this girl looks great anyway, and she gives great face.
Yes.
Every single wig, even the gray one, I'm sorry, I was like, dude, that girl is just hot. She can pull
She's
off
beautiful,
any
yes.
style. That fuchsia wig, everything
Yeah.
just worked on her. I mean, her and her glam squad.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little much. I'm like, Lily, you have like
4.
how many men?
There were 4 people there.
4 guys following you to Wix and like ordering
Her
them.
glam
Like,
squad.
I need you guys to go in there and find me the best wig and let's see who wins. Like, who? I mean, do they not have jobs or does she pay them all? Like, I don't have time to follow around
I know,
anybody
right?
like on a Saturday or Sunday
Yeah.
if
That's
you
a
need
glam
help.
squad.
But other than that, like, does she pay all of them?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
think
They
people
probably
want to
be on the
around
show.
her.
Yes.
And I think, yeah, I think
Be on the
people
show
wanna
and be around her.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that, I don't know how to say it. Etienne, he does hair for a bunch of celebrities. I think he does Aubrey O'Day's hair as well.
Okay.
And sometimes I don't know if he does makeup and hair, but obviously when I've looked at her blog and stuff, I've seen that he's always in doing her stuff, and I've also seen him doing stuff for Aubrey O'Day because sometimes I check out her stuff too because I just think she's another one of those gorgeously kind of
Can look good at
crazy
anything.
women.
Yeah.
But yeah, to have 4 people following around. But I thought that some of her comments about, like, well, these really aren't my friends, but they are my friends. Like, can workers really be your friends? I was like, what?
Worker? Yeah.
Like, you know how she was making some comments
Oh,
about how
yes.
her
I just thought
staff,
about that.
can they really be friends?
But she goes to lunch with them. They're the only people that you've never seen Lily bring an actual friend in a scene with her. It's always like people who work for her. Mm-hmm. So I think she just thinks everyone is like recyclable. I really do. Like, I love
sad,
her,
but no, I
it's
agree.
really sad, and I'm sure she's a lot to deal with because it is all about the Lily show. But I feel like she needs to find, like, true people that are friends and not people that you work with. Like, step
That's true.
outside of the box.
But she's getting close to Asa.
She's getting close to Asa, but even that conversation that she had with Asa on the phone about Turkey, I mean, first off, lunch with Reza. And I get her not wanting to go because she doesn't want to bring drama and she doesn't really feel close to them. And we heard at the beginning of the season her saying she was going to separate herself from the cast a little bit more. And so I understand her not wanting to go because of that. Even if Lily does want her to go, I get it. If I didn't get along with 5 other people and none of them were super close with me, why would I want to travel with them?
That's true.
Like, how long of a plane ride is that? Sitting with all of them and then being with them for a week when these people aren't really your friends? Is it going to bring you closer together? Yeah, it probably will. But maybe she doesn't want to be around the fakeness. Maybe she wants it to be real.
Well, I personally don't like the fact how if she thought Reza was a friend, what she said to him about Asa.
Right.
You know, even he felt some kind of way. You know, she was like, well, you know, I feel like out of the whole group, I'm closer to Asa. And being the person that brought you in the group, I would feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
I would feel some kind of way.
Yeah, he said he
So-
felt 3 feet tall. I mean, I feel like she doesn't think about other people's feelings. And if she really thought about Asa, she would call her, or she did call her, but she wouldn't have to hear it from Reza. She would have let her know long time ago, like, you know what, girl, I don't feel comfortable going. Like, she seemed, and I know editing, and we discussed this, she seemed really, like, heartless. Like, she didn't have a response, and Asa's like, I really wanted to introduce everyone to my family.
Yes.
You know, like, that's a big deal. And even if you've been there 1,000 times, even if you go for a shorter, you know, version or fly there by
True.
yourself. I know you can probably get a jet. Go, you know, like, meet them there. I'm sure you have friends there. Hang out with them when you need to. Meet Asa's family and then go do your own thing. I mean, it's a trip.
That's actually really true. And she obviously has the money to afford to be able to do that and to not disappoint Asa. Because Asa said, she's like, well, I'm not really sad. Maybe I was optimistic about the whole thing.
Right.
But I do agree that Lily could have handled that conversation, even if we don't know really what the editing was, but could have handled that conversation a little bit better and been the one to seek her out versus I feel like Asa, you know, sought her out to talk to her about it and find out, well, are you coming or are you not? Because Reza told me you weren't.
And then she lied.
Yes.
Yeah.
She did say that. Reza said that she should not come. I don't recall that.
He never said that.
Reza, I
Their
don't recall
conversation was completely weird. They didn't resolve anything.
You're right.
But he didn't say that. She lied. And I think that probably swayed Asa a little bit just to say, you know what? Well, then maybe it isn't a good idea because you feel like that, and basically you just lied. So, you know, I don't know.
And Asa knew that she lied.
But
Asa
the only
knew that she
person
lied.
she's not friends with is MJ.
MJ.
So
Because she was close with Gigi.
Yeah, so then why is she not wanting to go just because of MJ?
I have a question. You know, she said that the only person that she feels that she's close with is Asa. Do you think that Asa is thinking that she's getting close with Lily? Like, do you think that Asa is thinking that Lily is...
I think so. Because she invited her over to help her learn to cook. And I don't think that she would put the time and take the time and effort to do that with somebody that she didn't feel like was going to be around for a while.
Well, yeah,
I think
that's
she didn't
Asa,
want her
though.
to feel left out.
I agree,
That's
but-
what I think.
But I still feel like that's a skill that you want for your husband one day. So obviously Asa does care about her because she wants to prepare her for that. I do feel like she feels like she's getting close to Asa. I think Lily, her issue with everybody is that nobody stuck up for her at that dinner party, and that completely changed her. I think that set the course this season, that nobody stuck up for her, nobody said anything. That's what she said to Reza. You didn't say anything at that party. And Reza said, well, I didn't say anything because you and MJ need to work your beef out yourselves. I agree with that. At the same time, I do understand Lily feeling completely alienated from the rest of the group.
You're right.
Not
I
having
feel like-
anyone say anything.
I feel like they should have called her. If they were really her friend, they should have called her the next day and been like, hey, I didn't say anything at the dinner because I didn't want to get into
Yeah,
it with
exactly.
with you pick a side.
Right.
But I spoke to MJ and I let her know where she was wrong. I'm speaking to you now and I'm letting you know, and this isn't going to ruin our friendship. That's something that you guys need to deal with on their own. So I understand she does feel isolated to a certain degree, but I don't think she has a reason to like hate Reza. Like, he's her actual real friend that invited her on the show, right? Like, and they had a great relationship, and I know he feels like she's selfish, but you know.
Well, I definitely want to see what everyone else has to say about this. Go to iTunes, check out AfterBuzz TV, rate and comment. You know, let us know what you think. You know, don't take a minute. Just let us know.
And tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend.
Rate us 5 stars.
You tell a friend, I tell a friend, she gonna tell a friend, and they gonna tell a friend, and
that friend's gonna tell a friend too.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about Gigi, because she was a big part of the episode this week.
Goodness.
And started off the episode actually with Layla, and they were actually having a business meeting, and I appreciated that Gigi was saying, all right, this is business right now. I don't want to talk about MJ right away. Let's get some business done first. I appreciated that. That is important. That's what I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. Layla needs to separate business with MJ and friendship with MJ,
There you go,
because
Lyndsey.
it's family first.
There you go.
So, all right. So we see Layla and Gigi. There's still tension between the two of them. I was excited for the beginning of this year, thinking that they were going to be buddy-buddy, but it doesn't seem to work out very much. But then Layla is saying that she's heard from MJ already what happened on the trip. And she actually agrees, that Gigi probably started it and was causing the conflict. Even though we find out that on the way back from Del Mar, MJ calls Gigi's mom and calls her some very, very bad and nasty names. What would you do if you were Gigi? Go.
If I was Gigi,
Or male Gigi.
Goodness, her name is so evil. Goodnessa.
Loch Nessa. I know. Loch Ness is such a good
Oh my God.
alias.
Yes. Well, I would be livid. I'm livid, and I would probably let her have it. I'm sorry. I would let MJ have it. First of all, why do you have my parents' phone number?
Well, they were friends.
They were friends.
I don't
that
care
were
if you
close.
read my parents' number. I don't want you to have my parents' number. Sorry. None of my friends have my parents' number. Does your parents have your parents' number?
Yeah, some of them.
Okay. Well, still, that's a no-no. You do not do that. You keep our, problems between ourselves. And if we cannot control it, that doesn't. Telling my parents, that's like 10-year-old stuff.
Yeah. If
No.
Gigi wants to talk to her parents about it, I get that. That's one thing. But MJ going to Gigi's mom,
On the way back from a fight,
yeah.
no.
that's not the first thought I'm thinking when I'm fighting. Let me quick call my mom and talk to her and tell her what happened. I'm going to cool down first so that when I talk to my mom, I can tell her what happened, and she can be like, Lyndsey, you did wrong. And I'll be like, all right, Mom, yes, I now see what you're saying, but I'm not going to call her when I'm angry because she's not ever going to understand. And certainly, if my friend were to call her when she was angry, oh, good Lord, what would you do? What would you have done?
I don't even know if I should even comment on that. Because, the old me would want to, go beat her up. But I feel like the new me, I don't know. I just feel like it crossed so many lines. On so many,
Oh, my gosh.
That is the worst thing to call someone's, that's like saying, yo, mama. You know what I mean? It's along that same kind of line. To call my mom and to tell her what we, an argument that we just had is really crazy.
Out of many that we've had.
Right. So I feel like it was wrong. I would probably kill her with kindness. I would have to say that.
Which is what it almost seems like she does, because she doesn't approach MJ about this at all. We haven't seen any sort of conversation between them at the party. At Asa's art show, they didn't even speak to each other. So she's, I guess, kind of killing her with kindness, or just avoiding her,
or
which
praying
is,
for
With
her.
her kind of kindness.
Yeah.
Right.
With Gigi's kind of kindness.
But I think my favorite part about that first little clip and scene was when Layla was saying she was going to call Mike. And, Mike was going to, and Gigi's like, call Mike. He'll give you the real story. He'll tell you what happened. And Mike completely sided with Gigi and said, no. MJ was trying to push her buttons. She was antagonizing her. It really wasn't Gigi's fault. And then Gigi finally blew up, which she did. And he admitted that. But he said it came from MJ
Pushing her. Yeah.
pushing her.
But do you think that it came from MJ pushing her?
I did.
Do you guys think that? Think about it.
MJ has this kind of way of being like very laid back, but you know, pretty much, because it's like if someone is nagging at you,
very
and you're just
nonchalant,
calm, right?
yeah.
Very nonchalant. You're very calm. You get even more upset because you feel like this person just doesn't give a care. So you get even more upset. So I think that's what happens.
So, but okay, let's rewind. Let's go back to last episode. Do you think that Gigi started the argument between MJ and Gigi, or do you think that MJ started
At
it?
Del Mar?
Yeah,
At
Del Mar.
MJ.
I believe MJ started it.
MJ.
You think so?
Yes.
How?
Well, you remember when Reza was just like, it's someone who always brings up things when, what did he say? Someone always bring up things when he said something, and Gigi was pointing at
Yes, yeah.
MJ.
MJ.
Behind her back.
Right, and
But then MJ kept interrupting every argument and kept making, like, she kept saying stuff to Mike in the middle of Mike and Reza talking, and then would almost throw in something to Asa, and then she just kind of started doing it with Gigi. And Gigi, at one point Gigi was going,
she did go like, what did I do?
well, yeah, she's like, well, what did I just do?
Right,
Why are you bringing me into
I
this?
thought Gigi started it, so I need to rewind.
I feel
thought
like
Gigi started it.
I feel like it was more of a subtle MJ starting the problem, and Gigi then just took the
it.
bait.
But she hit her hat.
She did hit her hat, and I still agree that whether she didn't hit MJ, she hit her hat. That's not okay. I don't agree with.
I think that's by law. You took
Oh,
someone.
shoot! Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
but I
you
feel
touched
like
their person.
I feel like that's kind of why Mike was like, it wasn't Gigi. So
Well,
that's what I'm trying to
And
get
that's
to.
what we were discussing. We were saying Mike is also probably a little bit on Gigi's side because of
MJ.
the situation with MJ. So he's gonna stick up a little bit more for Gigi right at this point. But I still agree though that Gigi really didn't start that whole fight and that it was MJ.
Okay.
And
I wonder what Asa would have said if she would have called Asa.
I wish she would have called Asa too, but I think weren't Asa and Reza talking about it when they were shopping, saying that what MJ did, calling her mom, was wrong.
Yeah.
Did they talk about the situation?
But you know, even after the fight, it was Mike, Gigi, and Isa talking. And Isa was like, no, she was wrong. She was like, she shouldn't have to talk to you like that. No one should talk to people like that.
Okay.
So Isa was on Gigi's side.
Was on Gigi's side, yeah. That's a big issue. But I was glad to see that Layla then took Gigi's side and said, "Hey, I'm sorry. You're right. My
she shouldn't
my
have
bad."
to do that. First
she
of all, she
shouldn't.
shouldn't have
This
to
is
call
your
anyone.
sister. Yeah, you should believe your sister.
Even if you don't believe it, don't let her see that you.
I think that Layla, because of her divorce, her actions have to do a lot with the way that she's acting. She doesn't have friends. We don't ever see her with friends either. So I feel like she's adapted herself to Gigi's friends into the group. Because she's going through something and they're actually offering support. Like, going through a divorce, I've never done it, but I'm just saying, like, you probably would want someone that's trying to be helpful on your side, even though they are your sister's friends. It's like crossing a line a little bit.
But still learn a place. You can still be friends with my friends, but still learn how to.
But don't use my
decipher
friends against me.
me.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not okay.
That's not okay. Yes.
It's not.
So then we obviously see at the art installation or the art show that they don't speak at all. No Gigi and MJ at all. We get to the end of the episode and we're packing.
That
Kaboom.
I had so many butterflies in my
Baby,
stomach.
she saw that dog and she said, "What the?"
But she played
Oh.
it.
But
Cool.
But Reza and MJ show up and bring donuts and everything. And they're talking
Unexpected, surprise, right.
And bring stuff and ask if Gigi's coming, and she says, yeah, she's going to be here any minute. And we're like, well, we probably shouldn't be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want there to be an issue. And Gigi, for what we seem to see, doesn't notice that they're there and doesn't notice the dogs are walking around. So, but there's an argument already between Gigi and Layla.
Yeah, because Gigi didn't help her. Like, it's her sister. Like, if she's moving and she said, like, I came over for 5 days to help you move and you needed help. And then now, like, I'm moving, it's taking me a month, and Gigi's the response, I had to work. I mean, do you guys know what Gigi does? I mean, we never knew she had a job except she started that
Gigi's
extension.
extensions.
Right.
But you have to go to work every day.
Well, I just think that I'm kind of still a little bit on Gigi's side with this because, I mean, they were going through something. They're going through something at the at the moment. They're not really talking like that.
You're not going to make
Just so
time.
happened that when Gigi was moving, they weren't going through anything. But at this point, they're going through a little spat right now. So, no, I'm not going to be to take the initiative to want to help you right now. And then when she asked her, well, why are you here? That's kind of like, what? I came here in my workout clothes.
I'm ready to help you.
And
yeah.
she was going to say that, but then she was like, you know what? Just because you asked me that, I don't even know why I'm here.
Well, and I thought I honestly had to laugh when Jordan chimes in and she goes, "Some people are really busy.
Yeah.
How do you make time?
How do you make
What do you do? There isn't enough time in a day."
So clueless.
I was like, that was so cute. And then MJ saying, "Oh, Gigi shouldn't bait and manipulate Jordan," but I'm like. And then Gigi was kind of saying stuff to her like, yeah, you don't have time. And then Layla's saying, but you should make time.
No shopping.
No shopping. But I thought that it was a typical, adorable child.
Yeah.
Just being
Innocent.
honest and real. And saying, what do you do
And
if
MJ
you
saying
don't
she
have
should not
time?
manipulate Jordan like that. She was not manipulating
I don't
that
think
little
she was
girl.
either. I mean,
But you know what? I'm more and more, I'm not liking Layla. More and more.
I just think that, like Gigi said, and this isn't like me to say it, but shady knows shady.
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
It
It's
looks
true.
bad.
It's true.
All right, so let's get to
The
Pablo
dog.
and the dogs.
Yeet.
And you freaking out when Gigi.
I was like, oh, snap. Because it really looked like she was about to run in there and, like, slap her.
And MJ even said, like, I'm glad she didn't have her African knives.
to kill Pablo and.
I was like, whoa. Uh-oh. Because I know what I would have done. I would have probably flipped too.
I would have freaked out. I wouldn't,
flipped.
but I wouldn't. I would have went in there and found them and
Yeah.
been like,
go in.
I would have gone after them.
Really?
So I give
Yes.
her. I would have gone after Reza and MJ, and I actually would have probably gone over off at Reza too for being there and knowing you know better. Don't come here. Don't do this.
But I think that they showed up, and I know producers, and they probably
did it on
all
purpose.
that. But I think that they showed up unexpected with donuts, and they were bearing gifts. And the thing is, MJ is her realtor. So I mean, we've all moved. We all know how it's nice when your realtor, does stuff nice for you. And I know they're friends and realtor.
But then why are you hiding when Gigi shows up? Why not come out and
Because-
say, "Hey, peace
We're
offering right now. We're all gonna help." Layla move.
Even if they showed up unexpectedly with the donuts and all that stuff like that, Layla should have said from the beginning.
Yeah, you're right. But
MJ is on
they
the
were
way.
already having beef, so she's like, "Why are you here?"
Because she knew it. She knew she was
Right.
going to start trauma and
Right.
that it was going to be an
Right.
issue and stuff.
Because her face gives me sometimes just like, she's just like, I don't care. I'm no, ha ha ha. I got
Yeah,
you
she's
mad.
laughing
Ha, ha, ha.
inside.
Like, I don't like that. I be want to slap the hell
That's what I'm saying.
Slap Layla.
I give.
She just went through a divorce.
That's why she
give-
went through a divorce. Because of
Oh, no, don't say that.
Now we're getting women bashing. We're gonna get
That's why I give Gigi credit because she may have been pissed off and she may have squealed her tires leaving, but she left.
Yes,
she didn't create
she
any more
did.
trouble.
I'm loving
and
the
I
new Gigi.
still, I 100% agree with her comment that I'm going to call your husband every day
Yes.
and I'm going to hang out with him. And she goes, "Well, that's really vindictive."
No, it's not.
That's not. And I don't like to teach lessons, and I don't like to teach lessons, and somebody likes to teach lessons that I know. I don't agree with that at all.
right.
I'm getting hot over here.
Yeah.
I don't like to teach lessons. Thank you. But that is something that, you need to show her. Look and see what you're doing to
Right.
me.
Right.
I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to call your husband, your ex-husband, every day and hang out with him. And you tell me how you feel about that.
And that's the worst. I mean, because I'm sure it's it's not a good divorce. And didn't she say he has a new girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh no. Imagine.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's bad, but I think she needed to point that out to Layla and just kind of make her realize what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fragile. You're a big girl.
All right. Anything else about the episode that you guys want to share or comments, concerns,
Let's
anything
see.
else?
I'm glad that everyone
Before
is
we
getting
wrap
ready
up.
shopping for turkey.
Yeah, and I'm glad that MJ finally says to the camera, she's like, I feel bad for calling her mom because we didn't discuss. Her mom shows up.
Oh, yeah.
Their mom shows up and
hugs
and
MJ.
gives them hugs because I'm sure she's like, these young little kids, whatever,
Yeah, they're just
they're
going
going through their
through.
emotions.
Yeah.
But it was nice for her to actually say, you know what, I apologize for what I said to Gigi because that wasn't right. and it's a bigger picture. Her and her sister, like, they need to deal with what they have to deal with. So it
But
was
that goes
nice.
back to what you said, though. It's like, you should not do things at the spec of the moment when you're upset.
Yeah.
And one thing you should not do is call someone's parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, no.
You got to take a minute, and then you can't react with something. That's why you should never do something permanent out of a reaction of emotion. You have to wait till you've figured it out. All right, I have a little news and gossip for everybody.
Yay.
AfterBuzz TV News.
For you nosy people out there.
For you nosy people out there that want to know like I do, I don't call it stalking. I call it doing research.
Okay.
And
It's on your face. I call it research.
just kidding. So I found out that Cheyenne, I looked him up. I did a little Google searching for him, and I found an Explore Talent profile, which I think every actor when they move to Los Angeles creates one, and it's a whole scam and horrible. But according to his Explore Talent profile, I believe it said he was either 26 or 27 years old. So we do know that he's older than 21.
Okay.
That also could be old, and it doesn't take an effect the years go by, so he could actually be even older than that.
Okay.
So that, and I also found out the reason that he was actually at Lily's birthday party was because Lily's party was at Muhammad's house, who, if you guys watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, that is Yolanda's ex-husband is Muhammad, and Muhammad is dating Shiva, Shiva, or
his sister.
I can't think of what her name is, but that's actually Cheyenne's sister, and now they're engaged.
Yeah.
So that's why Cheyenne was at the party, because that is his sister.
Oh, nice.
So, just a little roundabout. We were all wondering about
So
Cheyenne
everyone's
last
in
week.
reality TV,
Yeah,
right?
they're all connected.
Yeah.
Let's
all
start
right.
a show. Let's start our own reality.
Yeah, we should.
We need to start one here at AfterBuzz.
Yeah.
All right, what are your predictions for next week?
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Prediction.
All right.
You go. Well, I feel like all of ours is going to... Wait, I'm going to go because I don't want you to steal mine. Okay. Mine is... I feel like we did see a preview for the next episode, so we see that they're in front of the mosque in the call to prayer, and they're having an emotional moment with... Asa in the middle and MJ and Gigi on the other side, and they're both crying, and Asa made a comment that she feels like they've never been so close to their religion except for at that moment. So I feel like finally, please Lord, that Gigi and MJ are going to just be friends for the rest of their lives. We need to check on their Instagram and see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they do film early.
Obviously, I've been doing my research on Gigi. So.
Right, okay. Prediction.
Mine is totally off. It's not even about the turkey
Okay.
trip. Mine is on Jessica. I think that...
That's because you love her.
You love her. I think I'm going to steal her. That's your prediction, right?
No. I think that Jessica has been pushed by the producers to be more...
Vocal?
Yeah, to be more vocal and to be more interesting. I think that she's going to be more of a... How can I say, on a scale, like she's going up and Lily is going down. I think that Lily is working on something to where she's going to be working or have her own show.
Her own show.
And you can kind of tell because she just like how she was, how you felt like she was so nonchalant when she was talking to Ice on the phone. I think that she just at the point like, well, thank y'all for letting me be on the show and now I have my own,
Right.
So, yeah.
My predictions, actually, I think that this is going to bring, the turkey trip is going to bring Asa, MJ, and Gigi together. But I think that this is going to be temporary, and when it comes down to the reunion, it's going to be fighting and anger all over again.
no.
I don't think it's
Myself.
going to last. I think it's good to come together, especially in their homeland, but I don't think it'll last. All right, where can they find you, English?
You can find me on Instagram at pink, my favorite color, English.
And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Cortez G West. Look me up.
And you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Lyndsey Wegner, or my blog, lyndseywegner.blogspot.com. Dinah Lay has come to town this week and next week. If you guys haven't been, it's absolutely amazing here in Los Angeles. Check it out. I was at La Vecchia last night. All over my Instagram. Thank you guys for watching.
Yay.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.